Take a look live right now. This is on Pacific Highway, just under the 8 interchange there. A man fell onto the roof of that storage building, and they've been trying to rescue him. Now, they just dangled a basket stretcher over from the ladder there from the fire truck. Firefighters are on the roof with him. Obviously, he's unable to come down easily, so they're going to try to put him on that basket stretcher and get him down. We're staying on top of this to try to figure out how this happened. Stay with us. Our 10 News Breaking News Tracker is on the scene.
All right, let's get to a consumer alert this morning. One of the hottest toys on Christmas lists this year is just becoming too hot to handle. Yeah, that's another hoverboard up in flames in the middle of a mall near Seattle, causing the whole building to be evacuated yesterday. Shoppers like Kelly Steiner ran for cover when a bunch of debris flew, while mall workers put out those flames with an extinguisher.
They were just staring like, what just happened? And why did that happen? You know, for no apparent reason, it just exploded.
And we've seen explosions like this all over the country in the past few weeks. This one blew up while a guy was riding it in Alabama. You see another one where a home burned in Louisiana. Nobody was hurt, but officials are blaming, sometimes in these cases, the lithium batteries in these situations. But in all these cases, the hoverboards overheated. Obviously, they're on fire, but just last Friday, the National Association of State Fire Marshals issued an advisory on the toy, warning that the explosions are not a unique experience, meaning that they happen all the time. And in the UK, officials went a step further and they banned hoverboards, making them illegal back in October. They are calling the toy a major safety risk.
6:16. The two women who shared this photo, we've pixelated in order to protect the person who was victimized here. They shared this photo on Snapchat, shows a vulnerable elderly woman in their care. Well, those two women are now out of a job. Team 10 first uncovered the story in October. Since then, the Lifehouse Vista Healthcare Center has fired the two workers who were mocking the 90-year-old on social media. One of those women, her nursing certification has been revoked. The other woman has been suspended.
Padres general manager A.J. Preller will try to pursue more trades today at the baseball winter meetings going on in Nashville. Yesterday, Preller struck a deal with the Cardinals, sending Jed Jorko to the St. Louis Cardinals for outfielder John Jay, in what appears to be kind of a money-saving deal for the Pods. Jay struggled with some injuries last year. He hit just .210 with 1 home run in 79 games, but Preller thinks good things are to come.
He's a good defender, an instinctive center fielder. Even though it's not necessarily plus speed, he's a guy that has played good defense. This past year he's played multiple outfield spots. He's a tough out.
So Jed Jorko had quite a lucrative contract, and there are conflicting reports about how much money the Padres sent to St. Louis for Jed Jorko.
6:18 happening now. Star Wars fans, I know I don't have to tell you there's still 9 days left, but take a look at what these devout fans are already doing. They're lining up, camping out ahead of the release of Episode 7. The fans have been outside Hollywood's TCL Chinese Theater since yesterday, but they came prepared. Look, some of them even brought along the new droid, BB-8. But one Star Wars geek says lining up here is about more than just the movie. Jeff Schiffen met his wife in a line like this when Episode 3 came out in 2005.
Yeah, she's not here right now because she's at home taking care of our babies. So the next generation will be growing up, and then by the time episodes 8 and 9 come out, maybe they'll come line up with us.
Yeah, so a ton of Star Wars fans there. Some fans say they've been waiting in line also to raise money for charity, so a good cause there. The Force Awakens opens December 18th next week. You gonna take your boys, get in line?
Not really, but we're talking about 9 days sitting out there. 9 days.
Yeah.
What's that theater going to smell like in 9 days when everybody's gathered?
Does someone hold your place? Because obviously you have to use the facilities.
It's going to be an interesting thing. I mean, we'll have to follow them as their beards grow and they just, get dirtier, their shirts get browner.
Time lapse.
Yeah, within 9 days we have rain and wind on the way and colder temperatures. I wonder if they're prepared for it. We'll find out, I suppose. So maybe you're prepared for it. Get ready for it, because we are going to see cold and windy weather. And when I say cold, it's actually going to be pretty close to average for this time of year. 5 degrees below average, but we've been close to 10 to 15 degrees above average most of December. Right now, pink start over our Del Mar Skycam, looking down at Dog Beach. The waves crashing down, not as large as they were yesterday, but still pretty high, about 3 to 6 feet this morning. 56 downtown this morning, 55 in Kearny Mesa. I want to show you the winds. Starting this at Thursday afternoon, the winds picking up for our mountain desert areas, 23, 31 miles per hour for our mountains, picking up even stronger as we head into the day on Friday. Strongest winds in our mountain areas. Again, I was talking about that high wind watch. We could see isolated gusts up to 70 miles per hour, but generally anywhere from 50, maybe up to 60 miles per hour. West of the mountains, potentially up to around 30 miles per hour. But that could easily blow some leaves around, that could blow some trees around, and could lead to some isolated property damage. So any outdoor decorations, make sure you have those secured before this storm arrives. And all of it due to the storm track moving south into our area. We're not going to get the flooding rains that have been impacting Oregon and Washington for quite some time now, because it's going to weaken as it moves our area. But we are going to see showers develop. We'll start to see showers at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, but the bulk of it will arrive through the day on Friday. Surf also picks up Friday and Saturday. Could see isolated sets up to 12 feet, maybe even higher amounts than that. Along the coastline, we're in the 60s starting tomorrow, mid-60s into the weekend, drier and cool for the weekend. Surf starts to subside again on Sunday. Our inland area is near average tomorrow. Average for this time of year is 69. We're at 70 tomorrow, dropping to the mid-60s into the weekend, and another chance for showers arrives on Monday. And the first system that comes in on Friday, pretty similar to the one that's coming in on Monday, expecting windy conditions, cooler weather, as well as spotty showers. Look at that, dropping from 63, almost 20 degrees in one day on Friday down to 44. Renee.
Well, we've got our 10 News breaking news tracker, Paul Anderegg, on the scene of some breaking news this morning. Let's go right out to him. Paul, can you tell us what's going on right now?
Yeah, you can see they've got that ladder truck up there, up to where the victim is. They're putting him in a basket. Again, this is Pacific Highway, and Pacific Highway is going to be closed for about half an hour right here under the 8-5 interchange, obviously because they have all these crews here. It's for a man that's been on this roof possibly as long as 3 hours. Been told that he essentially fell from that freeway overpass onto that roof here, the secure self-storage. Again, he may have been up there for as long as 3 hours. Very cold up here. Going to be taken down and taken to the hospital shortly.
And you said some people heard him screaming for help?
Yeah, the passerby that called 911 said he was screaming for help, and that he had seen him actually hanging up from his legs up there, possibly for as long as 3 hours. Unknown how he got up there or what he was doing up there when he fell.
Wow. So this is under the 8 and the 5 interchange over Pacific Highway. That area going to be closed for the next half hour. Paul, thanks. We'll check back in with you shortly, guys.
6:22. Doctors say they now need to be on the lookout for high cholesterol in third graders. And that's not all. The 3 things pediatricians will be looking for in kids starting next year.
And this morning, we're getting a look inside that holiday party before 2 terrorists opened fire in San Bernardino. The emotional message from a woman who was there to receive an award.